The following is a 360-degree video presentation, best viewed on a mobile phone, tablet, or your desktop computer. We are inside a 2018 Winnebago Travato 59G. Now, Winnebago makes two variants of the Travato, the 59K, which I've done a review of, and the 59G, which is this layout. They're both built on the Dodge ProMaster chassis, which means that this is a gasoline engine. It comes in at around 20 feet 10 inches, just a little bit under 21 feet in length. Now, what makes this layout really popular is the fact that I've got this lounge up front. These two cab seats can swivel around, and you have a large table here. This part it'll swing out, and that makes it very usable for the passenger side to sit down here as a part of the table. Look for that, because sometimes in these front lounges, this table isn't wide enough to accommodate the passenger actually sharing a meal with the rest of the people here. But this table does have that because of this extension under here. Now, this is the jump seat. The jump seat, first thing I want to point out is there are no 3-point seat belts here. If you're thinking about carrying passengers, you need to be aware of that. These are only lap restraints here. There's a seat over here, no seat belts. That's actually, I believe, where your fresh water tank is, and its fresh water tank is inside. Most of the plumb lines for the water are inside the van, and I believe you can get the heated tank options for the gray and black tanks as well. So you can get, 1, 2, 3, 4. You could get 5 people up here around this lounge, which is what's really nice. They use the cab and utilize it very well. Now, this seat is not very comfortable. Unlike the Active, which gives me a little bit more lumbar support down here, this doesn't feel as comfortable. It's a nice wide seat, but I've already banged my head against this where the cabinets are. So, just be aware of that. I think a kid would be fine under there, but adults going to be hitting their head. It's an unfortunate placement for the TV right over here. If you're traveling with kids or something like that, oftentimes you want to use the television to entertain them, and it's difficult when it's here, even though this is on a swing-out arm. I like some of the lighting here. We have a bulb that looks like it's out, or there's a couple out here, but in general, I think we have good lighting inside the front cab here. I've got a couple USB ports here and a couple AC outlets here. Now, I'm not a big fan of under cabinet mounting of any type of outlets because you have the cords hanging down and things like that. I prefer when they move the outlets down below where you can run the cords up. That's just me. I find it's just a little bit neater than having all these cords hanging down. But that's a minor detail, but that's just me. These house the shades here, which are privacy shades or blackout shades, and these windows are sliding windows here. I don't like the look of this. I think it just looks a little bit cheap. In my book, it just looks a little bit cheap. Now, this table does stow away, and it folds out and gets out of the way down below, so that's kind of cool. As with all Travatos, a couple things, if you notice, it's pretty clear from where you're at all the way back to the back. That's pretty open, but you do have this step up here as you come into the front, and you have this cab overhead. So I've already hit my head on this overhead bin on the cab. I don't like it, and it's exacerbated by the fact that if you watch, as I'm moving up here, my height is getting constrained pretty quickly. So I go from full height of around 6'3" to probably less than 6 feet here to probably 5 feet here. This has got one of those screen doors. Now, it's nice that you get a screen door. This is the accordion style screen door. I am not a fan of these. These are very fragile. You can already see over here it's starting to fray a little bit. These little lines here, they hold it, but if those break, you're in trouble. And then these, dirt and grit and stuff like that get into them, and then this becomes really hard to open and shut. You guys have all seen that at home, so I don't need to tell you about that. I don't like this as well. Look how this cushion, look at this. I talked about this in one of my videos, that one of the 5 things you should look for in your RV are all these cushions here attached down, and these are not. So these are going to slide around, and I don't like it. I do see the latch system down here, though, for baby seats, so that's kind of cool. As we move back to the Galley, I believe this is new for the model year. They put a window in the Galley, which is nice. It doesn't open. It's 2 AC outlets over there. Good lighting in the Galley. I'm not a big fan of these marine style sinks. They have a tendency, if you don't do this just right, they have a tendency to turn on and drain out your water tank. So just be aware of that. Nice Corian countertops. They're nice. And you have, look at this, a flush counter extension. Nice locking mechanism below. This is not positive locked down here, so as you're driving down this, will have a tendency to kind of flip out as you accelerate and brake. Just making you aware of that stuff. The cabinets, however, I like this high gloss cabinetry, and ooh, you should feel the action on them. They're really nice. And they're positive locking. Here's a proper metal piece. You can get RVs, by the way, that are $60,000, $80,000 more than this RV, twice as much. And they do not have positive locking systems like this. So you can see here I push this down here and a piece of metal comes out and latches here. So that's really good. So they get a point for that, definitely. And then these are also positive locking here. See? Nice. Actual positive locks on the drawers. TV is not positive locking. So I would imagine if you take a sharp turn, this TV is going to flip around a little bit. It's not positive locking. That's too bad. You have a nice storage closet in here, deep. Either use it for hanging clothes or use it for storage of other items. This is a compressor refrigerator. This looks to be maybe close to 7 cubic feet. It's got a separate freezer. Now again, these are not positive locking. I talked about this in my other video, but this is that flimsy piece of plastic up here and flimsy plastic here. That's going to wear away. They do have this little flip thing here. I don't like these either. They just need to get this, you flip it in front so that the refrigerator door won't fly open in transit. Like if this fails, which it will, this will fail on you. And if you don't remember to flip this forward, then all your contents will spill out into your aisleway. I just wish they'd get the one like the Dometic, which is just the buttons you push and there's real metal latches that lock the doors in place. Look down below. That's some good aisle space down there. That's really good for a Class B of this size. There is no galley shuffle that's going to go on here. A little tight here, but unlike the Active, which had really narrow aisle here, you do not have that problem. This is very, very good. You have a standard microwave oven up here. This is not convection. Let's take a look inside the refrigerator. You can see there it's compressor. It's on right now. Good size. You know, you have your separate freezer down below. Now this is, I took a look inside. This is stick framing and this is staples. But then again, the price of this, the asking price was $111,000, and they have this marked down to $83,000. So you're going to get this well under $80,000 if you want to get into this Travato 59G. Yes, you're going to get stick framing, but you're not paying $140,000 for your RV. Now let's take a look now. You're back in the garage area. It's the garage because I have the bed folded up. This doubles as a bedroom and a garage, and you've got plenty of storage back here. As you see, it's very much like the Active. Now this is where the bed folds down to right here. So you can see even with the bed down, you can still get quite a bit of stuff underneath the bed, which is nice. Plus you still have lots of storage underneath here, drawers and things like that. So lots of storage, very smartly designed by Winnebago, this Travato. And unlike the Revel, they managed to give you upper cabinet storage as well. The garage is nowhere as big as the Revel, but for pass-through, you can get, skis and things like that, a surfboard. You still don't have problems with storing all your little knickknacks and stuff like that. Now look at the size of the bathroom in this 59G. It's one of the largest for its class. Honestly, look at the length of this. It's pretty incredible. I mean, it is a wet bath, but you can almost classify it as a dry bath, kind of, because the shower's over here and the toilet's over there. You could stand over here and have a dedicated shower. A stainless steel sink. Well done, Winnebago. I wish Pleasureway would put stainless steel sinks in their vans, which are much more expensive than this. Little dry storage down here, which is always nice for your toilet paper. And then I like the new addition of the teak floor grating there. It just adds a little bit of a residential feel, so I like that. Medicine cabinet back in the back, but very functional bathroom. You've got your vent up above you and your timbre door. I like the look of these timbre doors. but I'm not a big fan of these rattling, you know, as you're going down the road. That looks like they have a bilge pump. Yeah, they have a bilge pump. I wish they didn't have that. They got to get the water from the drain here to the gray water tank. It must be on the other side of the van and not on this side of the van. So they got to pump it. You got to remember to do that. That's unfortunate. All right, here we are with the bed down in the Travato 59G. As you can see, it's a little bit of an odd design. Let me show you what the length of it is. So I'm 5'10", and let me scooch back here. So it's pretty good. I mean, if you're 6 foot or a little bit over 6 foot, you're going to be able to sleep in this bed because I've still got probably 6 inches there toward the end. I don't know, however, about 2 people sleeping in this bed. It's okay. I'd need to sleep in it to find out how it really sleeps long term. One thing to be aware of is you're pretty high off the ground. If you want to go to the bathroom, you see my feet are dangling here, so I'm going to have to, climb up and down out of bed. The other thing is, if 2 people are in this bed, one's going to have to climb over the other. So I really enjoy this Travato 59G. I think for the money at $83,000 asking price, it's a great little van. You get a very usable front lounge, a nice sized galley, you get a good sized bedroom with a garage storage and one of the largest bathrooms. This also comes with solar, and it has an inverter. So you've got all that you need here. It doesn't have lithium batteries, but you can wait for the 59GL if you want the lithium battery upgrade, which is the Pure 3 lithium based on the Volta system. By the way, this front lounge also converts into a bed as well. But if they put the 3-point seat belts in here and you could carry 2 additional passengers, this could become a real family camper van with carrying 4 people with 3-point seat belts and having 2 berths. That would be really nice. So well done, Winnebago, for the Travato 59G.